All right, so I'm going to do this quick study first, and then we're going to do another meditation. So last week, it was really weird. I got to thinking about talking about the negatives of meditation because I just felt like we were at the point where that needed to be done after about a month of this. And I just wanted to be clear with everyone, like it's not all love and light, right? I mean, in the end, it is, but a lot of it is digging up our garbage inside and healing that. And we all know that healing sometimes can cause some pain. And that was really why I wanted to get through what I got through last week. What I did not intend to do was read chapter 3 instead of chapter 2 out of this book. But it was good I did because there was a lot of information in there about the possible negatives of meditation and what it can bring up in the early stages. So this week, I'm going to kick it back to chapter 2. I'm going to get through that. And then next week, we'll kick it to chapter 4. And the other thing is, next week, I'm going to do this on Saturday at the same time instead of Sunday because it's football week, right? And I know plenty of people want to do the football thing. So I'll kind of shift it away from that. Is that right? Anybody out there know if that's right? The football thing? It's next week, right? Superb owl. Yeah, funny guy. Yeah, funny guy. Okay. Yeah, right. Me either. Not really. Okay, cool. All right. Well, for those few people that are going to football, we'll push it to Saturday next week. And then right after that, we're going right back to Sunday. Cool? Are we cool with that? All right. So on with chapter 2. If you've got the books, chapter 2, I did look through it a little more. I've been through these all so many times that I don't think this one's worth skipping. I thought about it and I was like, nah, there's some good stuff in here. So let's get through that real quick, okay? If you're reading with me, get your book out. If you're PDFing, PDF it. All right. Relaxation and Concentration, Chapter 2 of Dharana Darshan from the good Swami Niranjanananda. Concentration is an important means of dealing with our mental stress. Most of us never relax properly in our life. In sleep, we do not relax. Drinking does not provide relaxation, and neither do drugs. Pleasant experiences do not provide relaxation. It is the nature of the mind always to be dissipated and distracted, to run in 100 directions without conscious knowledge. We may think that we are concentrated at this moment, but we're not. There are subtle experiences which are constantly bombarding the mind at the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious levels, most of which we have no understanding of. We are never aware that this subterranean activity is happening. While we are aware of one thing, the input of the other senses is constantly being received, processed, and filtered by the brain and mind. So, where is concentration? When so many things are happening simultaneously within our personality, how can there be concentration or relaxation? There cannot be. Therefore, yoga has evolved a way to bring about total mental relaxation through a process of mental discipline. In the Raja Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, this is described as Atta Yoga Anushasanam, which means that yoga is a form of control over the subtle faculties, experiences, and expressions of the mind. One of the interesting things here is that's the very first line of the Patanjali Sutras, Atta Yoga Anushasanam, and it's very often translated as "and now exposition on yoga," but it actually means a little bit more than that. Here, the word anu means the most subtle aspect of the personality, and shasan means to govern over, to control. Therefore, this sutra, Atta Yoga Anushasanam, defines the entire yogic process, which is a system of controlling the subtle experiences that are beyond the range of awareness. We may be thinking right now, but we are not aware of those thoughts. At this moment, in the deeper mind, many emotions and desires are coming up, but we are not aware of them. How do we relax this state of mind? The formula is very simple. Focus your mind on one point. There has to be intensity of concentration. There has to be a merger of the awareness with an object of concentration. When the awareness is merged with the object, the majority of the mental faculties are pinpointed at one center. So there's greater relaxation because all the faculties are working in one direction. Training the mind. Consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously, we're doing 1,000 things at any given moment. The sensory faculty, which is most active in one situation, is making us aware of that experience. For example, if it is very hot in the room and you begin to sweat heavily, then your total attention will be drawn to the feeling of heat, despite your best efforts to concentrate on what you're doing. There will not be much awareness of or attention on anything else. Take another example. Suddenly you remember that you forgot to lock your house. Then, despite your best efforts to be attentive to what you're actually doing, 80% of your awareness will be at the door of your house. I've done that plenty, right? So, the faculty which is predominant at any given time influences the state of our awareness. In this way, the mind blocks off many other areas in which our awareness could be extended. In yoga, by focusing all the faculties at one point, we concentrate and relax the mind. Instead of 100 things happening simultaneously, perhaps 10 things will happen, and 90% of our faculties will be at one point. This is the concept of dharana, the aspect of mental training in yoga. The concept of dharana is not just to stop the thoughts, but to bring your attention, your awareness, to a stage where most of the faculties of the body and mind are functioning together. Therefore, in dharana, there is greater relaxation, greater mental power, and greater concentration. This is the way to train the mind. With this mental training, we become objectively aware of our surroundings and our interactions with our surroundings. With greater awareness, we are able to control the distressing negative traits of our personality, the negative thoughts and emotions, the feelings of anger, anxiety, frustration, depression, and so forth. Essentially, we have the potential to fully develop and express all the faculties at our command together, and this is the aim of dharana. When this state has been achieved, then the meditative experience will automatically dawn as the mind becomes relaxed, harmonious, and receptive to a broader dimension of consciousness. Transformation of consciousness. According to yoga, the faculties of body and mind are subject to the influence of prana and chitta. Prana is the general energy of the body that you know about, and Chitta is like the energy of the thoughts, what they'll call mind stuff. Prana Shakti is the vital energy controlling the physical sensory body. Chitta Shakti is the mental energy controlling the consciousness, the mind. In order to understand prana and chitta, and to further clarify our concept of mental training, we must also understand one more point. Pure, transcendental, or divine consciousness resides at the level which is beyond elemental consciousness. Elemental consciousness means awareness or consciousness of earth, water, fire, air, ether, and mind. These are the six basic elements of which our being is composed. In Kundalini Yoga, pure consciousness is represented in our personality as the experience of Sahasrara chakra, where there is no duality. Sahasrara is up here where we're always focusing, right? No distinction between subject and object. However, when this pure energy, pure awareness decides to manifest in the world of the senses and objects, it has to go through a process of transformation. This pure awareness is like the high voltage energy coming directly from a power generator, which cannot be carried by the small electrical wires that simply conduct 220 volts for household purposes. This high voltage energy must be conducted through different transformers in order to step it down. These transformers, which reduce the voltage of energy in our psychic body, are six in number. They are known as the chakras or psychic centers. When we begin to manifest absolute consciousness and energy on the material plane from pure consciousness, the process of transformation first goes to the mental level, creation of mind. The mental force, located at Agnya chakra in the midbrain, is the first indriya, or sensory organ, through which we can perceive the world in any color or form as we wish. The second stage of transformation is Akasha Tattva, the ether element, which is slightly denser than the mind. It is perceived through the sense of sound. Here, the energy is stepped down by the Vishuddhi chakra, located in the throat. Notice we're just stepping down through the body, right? The third stage of transformation is Vaya Tattva, the air element, which is denser than ether and perceived by touch. Here, the energy is stepped down by Anahata chakra, located at the heart. The fourth stage is Agni Tattva, the fire element, which is denser than air, is perceived by sight. Here, the energy is stepped down by Manipura chakra, located in the navel. The fifth stage of transformation is Apas Tattva, the water element, which is denser than fire. It is perceived by taste. Here, the energy is stepped down by Svadhisthana chakra, which is located at the pubis. The last dimension of transformation is Prithivi Tattva, the earth element, which is the densest element. It is perceived by smell. Here, the dormant Kundalini or spiritual energy force resides in Muladhara chakra at the perineum. Developing a broader vision. This has been the growth or the evolution of pure energy and transcendental consciousness from the sublime to the ridiculous. We are now functioning almost entirely at the level of matter. The senses express their faculties at this level. Even the mind, which is at the next level down from transcendental consciousness, expresses itself at the level of matter. There is stagnation of the faculties at this level. This stagnation does not have to be defined. We are all living examples of stagnation of consciousness and energy. We cannot see beyond our own limited vision. In order to evolve this vision from the level of matter into the higher realms of perception, we must go through the process of mental training, of concentration and meditation. The science of meditation transcends the totality of human experience. The aim of meditation is to raise the awareness to such a state or dimension where one no longer experiences the motion of consciousness and energy. It has been described in the Upanishads as a conscious state where the sun does not shine, the moon does not give light, the fire does not burn, and once a person reaches that stage, he does not return. Surya, the sun, represents the pranic energy. Chandra, the moon, represents the mental energy. Surya is the energy which governs the world of matter. Chandra governs the subtle dimension of thought and mind. Agni, or fire, represents the vitality of Prana Shakti and Chitta Shakti, the motion of Prana Shakti and Chitta Shakti in the gross and subtle world. Through the process of dharana, we reach a point where there is a total cessation of movement, where everything just stops, where there is no activity. In this state of inactivity, there is a drowning of human perception. In the state of activity, experiences happen very fast. We sit in the train, and as the train moves, we look out the window and see scenery flashing by. Mountains, fields, trees, rivers, villages, towns, and cities pass by at great speed. However, when the train stops and we look out the window, then we can see the static world, and there is a greater, broader vision. It is this greater vision of life which is supposed to be the achievement we all aspire for in yoga and meditation. At the ground level, our vision is very limited, but when we go to the first floor, our vision broadens a little bit. When we go to the second floor, we see a greater view. If we go to the third floor, there is a greater vision. The higher up we go, the broader the vision becomes. If we go to the topmost floor of our building, which in our physical body is the seventh floor, then we will have a very broad vision of the world and of ourselves. When we have this vision, then we attain satya, absolute truth. We become one with reality. Generally, there are two experiences of life. One is related to the appearance and the other to reality. We are more aware of the appearance and less aware of reality. Our vision has to change. We have to become more aware of reality and less aware of the appearance. That is the direction which the practices of Dharana take. At the same time, there is relaxation, concentration, non-attachment, and attainment. When we are able to develop a concentrated mind, we will feel, realize, and understand that life is like a flower, and every unfoldment is beautiful. These are the words of Paramahansa Satyananda, and is this vision which we must develop. So there's a lot of cool stuff in that chapter, and there's also a lot of information about the classical elements, fire, earth, water, all that. That's all cool stuff, but don't worry about retaining everything that just came out of that chapter because that's a lot of information. And we'll get more into the elements and what the reason is for studying them very soon. But right now, it's just way more than we need to take on for what we're trying to get done. We're just trying to learn focus at this point, right? And trying to understand why we're trying to improve our focus, which ultimately leads to actual meditation, right? I didn't have a lot to add to that chapter. That's really about it. So, any questions on any of that? Not promising I can answer them, but I'll definitely try. All right. Well, feel free. If you're still writing, that's cool. I'll definitely catch up with it here soon. Okay. All right. We're going to shoot for a few things today. I'm going to go through the chakras with you one more time today with what we're going to do. Because we're just going to thread those chakras one time before we get going, right after we do the quick relaxation. But after today, I'm not really going to go through the chakras with you anymore. I'm just going to kind of state them and we'll move through them. And then if you have anybody that's interested in this stuff or is joining the channel, go check out the 3-minute meditation and then the 5-minute meditation and then the 7-minute meditation, which will be up very soon, probably tomorrow. will have all the chakra information in it. So if you feel you're stumbling over that, you can just go through that video as many times as you have to try to catch the names and where they are. So we don't have to keep wasting everybody's time with that. We can just get to the meditation. Cool. All right. Well, let's just start out with the relaxation stuff, right? Let's do the old healing ball from last week. There's a golden healing ball above your head, right? About the size of a baseball. It's made out of, what is that? Manduka honey? That's what they say. It's highly nutritious and healing honey, just sitting on the top of your head in a ball. Watch your seat, right? Get nice and balanced. Find your center of balance, right? And just be aware of that ball of honey ready to drop up there. The other thing I'm going to ask you to do today, it's a little different, is I'm going to keep this meditation at 12 minutes this week, right? But what I'm going to ask you to try to do is not to move a single muscle for all those 12 minutes, right? That's a little bit different than what we have been doing. Just try to be a little bit more stringent with yourself. If you absolutely have to move, it's okay. But just do your best. It's 12 minutes. Try to see if you can get through it without moving a single muscle. Just be still like a statue. Okay. And if anything goes on, just try to put more of your focus into the top of your head. The focus that's going, oh my God, I got an itch over here. Just try to take that focus and bring it up here so it doesn't even know anymore. Okay. All right. So that body's been up there, that honey's been up there long enough that it's starting to heat up and it's starting to penetrate the skin on the top of your head. It's coming down. You see that golden honey healing and heating. And it feels so dang good. It's going to make your week so much better. It provides all the healing you need through your brain. It's pushing through your brain, all the sinew up there on the top of your head, into your eyes, through your nasal cavities, right? All that stuff. Heal it all. Down through the mouth area, back of the neck, right through the neck, healing any ailments we might have. It's all healed by this, all of it. This is how we're telling the mind, come on, this is what we're looking to do. We've had enough. We just want to heal up into the shoulders. The little ball on the top of the head is starting to get smaller as that honey's penetrating your body. It's going down into your arms. Just loosen, let go, let go, let go. Keep letting go. Upper arms, elbow, forearms, into the hands. Really try hard to release those hands. Release, release, release. Back up through the chest, coming down, down through the spine. Relaxation total. Down through the belly area. This is a great place to let the honey hang for just a second because we carry all that tension in our belly. Release all that stuff. Who needs it? Let it go. Let it go. Create the inner smile as we talk about, right? The inner smile. Everything's okay. The more you release that section of your body, the more that inner smile surfaces. Release, release. Honey's going down through your belly. Down, down, down through the buttocks, through the genitals, through that whole area. Release, release, release. Let go. Feel it just oozing over and through you. That ball of honey's only got about a third of itself left up there, still oozing into your head and through your whole body. It's continuing to heal the rest of you as it passes through all those other areas we've already focused on. Loosen the tension down beyond your buttocks. Now we're in the thighs, upper leg. Let it pass through there with its honey goodness. Sweet, sweet healing goodness down to the knees. Any pains are gone. They're just lifting. Release, let go, let go. Lower legs, release, release. That calf muscle, use all the time. Both of them, let them go. Let it go for a while. Down to the ankles and the feet. Our poor feet are abused just as much as our hands are, if not more, right? Really let that go. And as the honey gets to the end of your toes, you realize that the honey is gone from the top of your head. It is completely permeating your body and just continues to heal you for the next 24 hours until the next time you pull some honey through you, right? Do it tomorrow. Do it all week. See what it feels like after a week. Now let's thread those chakras. Okay, we'll start from the bottom where we are at the perineum. Way down at the tip of your spine. Just place your focus there. Your focus is your healing. Just let it expand. Keep your focus there until you see it change. This is your root chakra or Muladhara chakra. Open up your connection to the earth. Open up your connection to money and the flow of it. It's not really the flow of money, right? It's the flow of the power of currency. It's not money itself, right? It's our openness to that, our openness to have it enter our life and the openness to have it leave, to be part of a flow, right? With no stagnancy. Slide up about 6 inches in the spine, in the spine, right behind the genitals, or above the genitals a little bit if you're a woman. It's more about your inner parts, right? It's about 6 inches up from where we were. Just hang there for a second. Feel that center open. Breathe into it. We've talked about this chakra breathing in the 7-minute meditation. We'll have all that stuff in there in depth. I encourage you to check it out this week when it comes out. Give it a few runs. See if there's anything in it that you didn't know. Breathe into that chakra. Still long and deep. When you're doing this on your own, you could spend as much time as you want to in these chakras. I blow a lot of meditation time on this. Sometimes I'll do 45 minutes of this and not even realize it. And realize I've only got 15 minutes left to do everything else, right? Let's slide up about 6 inches into the belly chakra. Right behind the belly button, in the spine. It's a big area in there behind the spine, in front of the spine. So just kind of feel through that whole area. Feel where the whole thing is pulling you to. Over time, you'll feel the force of these things just kind of rope you in to where you need to be. Even if it's just a few seconds, try to get it done every day to build up these centers, to build up your awareness of them. The centers chug on plenty without your intervention. One more breath, slow, long, and deep into there. Now let's slide up to the center, right around our heart, but not on the side, in the center of our chest, to the heart center, Anahata chakra, which means unstruck sound. Release all those tensions from the week that you might be carrying in here. Just let go. Don't worry about trying to do anything. That's not what this is. And while we're sitting in the heart center, I'm also going to remind you that meditation is not running from our problems. That is not what we're doing. This is not escapism. This is about integration. Integrating everything we have going on in our life, being able to handle it head on, and realizing we have no reason to fear. There's nothing to fear. Feel that in your chest. Just let go. There's nothing to fear. This is a game. And the real you resides higher than this. So don't be afraid to engage. One more breath, slow, long, deep into the Anahata center. And then we're going to head up to the area behind the throat. Right here. Slide up. Slow, long, and deep in the throat chakra. When you're moving between chakras, I recommend that you try to move between them. Don't just snap. Try to feel the connection between those chakras. There's an energetic connection there, and there's energy moving back and forth between it. Try to feel it and ride with it. Don't just snap from chakra to chakra. Try to feel this whole system that's going on in there. That's one of the things that this is all about. Breathe slow, long, deep in the throat chakra. It's right where the neck connects to the body. My wife, the nurse, corrected me. Said, don't say that bone. Not everybody has that bone sticking out back there. So forget that if you heard me say that. It's just right at the base of your neck. where it connects to the shoulders. And thank you, Ab, for tipping me off to that. Let's slowly slide one more long, deep breath. And we're going to slide up to the Agnya chakra, the third eye, just a little bit above the eyebrows, 3 inches in. If you go on the top of your head from where the soft spot was, go straight down and see where that meets this 3 inches in, and that's where you're trying to hang out. This center is a complex one. Just do your best. Breathe slow, long, deep. If you have a favorite incarnation, now's the time to think of it, right? Whether it's Buddha or Christ or whoever it is that might be, and it doesn't even have to be, you just think it as our highest in physical manifestation. But that's not necessary at all. That's only if it means something to you and you think it might add to the practice. If it will remove, then definitely do not do that. One more breath, so long, deep, and I want to head to the top of the head. Take that ride to the top of the head. It's best done on an exhale. And now reside at the top of the head. Sahasrara chakra, thousand-petaled lotus. It's our connection to all that is. Just relax up there, slow, long, deep. Now I want you to make sure that you're comfortable. Make sure you have your center of balance. And we're going to go 12 minutes. You ready? If you got to itch that sucker now real quick before we go. 12 minutes. Here we go. Welcome back. I tried to not blow you out with the bell this time. Hopefully, it was loud enough that you heard it. How's everybody doing out there? Just pull it off? See any funky stuff? Keep letting it go? Not hold on to anything? Not reprimand yourself for thoughts or movements? Cool. Anybody have any questions for me this week? Was it really loud? Holy cow. I tried to put it behind my back and ting it back here. Yeah. Well, hopefully, when I get a different mic, it'll be a little more realistic. Sorry about that. No, you say no. Well, which one is it? Anybody else out there give me a neutral opinion? I wasn't prepared. Well, you're not supposed to be prepared. I suggest that you use a timer with this when you do it on your own, really, so that you don't have to. Once again, with that whole separation of focus, right? If you don't have a timer and you're trying to do 12 minutes, you're definitely going to have a piece of you that's going, "What time is it? What time is it? What time is it?" So if you have something that clings and tells you when that time is up, you're way better. I find I can let that go so much easier. Even if you do want to keep meditating after that, you can just go until you don't want to go anymore. After once you hear the bling, right? When it was on my head as a pressure point to push down, turn my head and crack my neck. Yeah, right. Well, something intuitional going on there, right? Total relaxation mode activate. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good, good, good. Anything else, anybody? Any questions? No, I don't even push it. Right. All right. Well, that's all I have for you guys this week. Watch for the 7-minute meditation this week. That'll be coming up. It'll help you work through the chakras a little bit stronger if you need to refresh on that or if it's new to you. And that video was the whole purpose for this channel in the first place. It's kind of blown out since then to something different than I originally intended, but hey, it's cool. Peace. It still does in concert. Yes, it is crazy, isn't it? It is crazy what make forcing yourself to sit. Like, how often do people just go, okay, I'm just going to sit quiet and focus on one point for a few minutes? It just doesn't happen, right? Forcing ourselves to do it really does some magic inside. And you'll see, you'll walk through the next few hours of your life being like, whoa, everything just seems a little more vibrant. I seem a little less able to be shaken up. Good chapter. Yeah, rock and roll was a good chapter this week. So next week we'll be jumping back to chapter 4. If you want to preview or see if you have any questions or anything, feel free to do that. But we'll be going through chapter 4 next week. All right, guys. There's definitely a chakra in the back of your skull. Yeah, there's a number in your head of smaller ones. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a complex situation going on in your head. The Agnya is just the big one that's sitting in the center of it all. There's a Bindu, and then there's another one back here. I forgot what it's called. And those are kind of like in a line like this from the side. And there's even more than that. There's stuff on the sides. It really is a complicated thing going on there. But maybe later we'll talk about that. Don't forget to like the stream. Yeah, that's cool. I'm down. I like it. Am I allowed to like it too? I liked it. I had fun with you guys. Woo. All right, everybody. Sarave Bhavantu Sukhi Naha. May all be happy. I appreciate you guys all showing up and keep doing the work all week. Love you bunches. Hope to see you next week. My traps are so jacked, my neck gets. Yeah, I'm down. Traps. Okay. Have a good one, guys. See you next week. Thank you all for coming. Love you all bunches.